Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle something that trips up almost every Spanish learner, verbs. But what if I told you there's a simple pattern, kind of like a master key, that can unlock thousands of them all at once? Stick with me, and I'll show you exactly how it works. You know that feeling, right? You see those endless verb charts, and the idea of memorizing everything, it just seems like this huge, impossible mountain to climb. A lot of people feel that way. But here's the thing. What if it's not actually about memorization? What if it's just about recognizing a pattern? There's a super simple, repeatable system that once you see it, you'll see it everywhere. And that's our goal today. So here's our game plan. First, we'll uncover this secret verb pattern. Then we'll look at the two simple building blocks you need. After that, we are going to crack the code for AR verbs, and I'll show you a shortcut for ER and IR verbs. Then we'll go from just words to building real sentences. And finally, you'll get a chance to practice. Ready? Let's dive right in. Okay, let's get into it. This whole system, the secret pattern we're talking about, it all boils down to one simple idea, and that's the regular verb. So what on earth is a regular verb? Well, think of it as the well-behaved verb. It does exactly what you expect it to do. No surprises, no weird exceptions. It follows a fixed, predictable pattern every single time. And that predictability? That's our secret weapon. Okay, so to crack this code, we really only need two pieces of the puzzle. Think of these as our code-breaking tools. And here they are. It really is this simple. On one side, you have the three verb families, verbs that end in r, ear, and ear. On the other side, you have the subjects, basically who's doing the action. All we're doing here is playing a matching game. We take a subject, like I or we, and match it with the right ending from the right verb family. That's literally the whole game. All right, let's get our hands dirty. We're going to start with the biggest, most common verb family, the AR verbs. If you can nail this one, you've basically got the master key to the whole system. And the process is ridiculously simple. It's the same couple of steps every time. Step 1, grab your verb. Let's use hablar, which means to speak. Step 2, just chop off that AR at the end. That leaves you with the stem hab, H-A-B-L. And finally, step 3, slap on the new ending that matches your subject. For I, yo, that ending is o. Put them together and voila, you get hablo. I speak. See? Easy. And here it is, the whole pattern laid out for you. Those endings you see there, o, s, a, amos, ais, and an, these are the golden tickets. These are the only endings you need for any regular AR verb. We're talking about hundreds of common verbs like trabajar, estudiar, comprar. Seriously, by learning this one little chart, you've just unlocked a massive chunk of the Spanish language. It's a huge win. Okay, feeling good? Because what comes next is even better. Now that you've got the AR verbs down, the next two families, ER and IR verbs, are going to feel like a total breeze. And this is the best part, seriously. You are not learning two whole new sets of endings from scratch. Nope. The patterns for ER verbs and IR verbs are nearly identical to each other. This right here is the ultimate language learning shortcut. Just look at this. They are almost identical. For I, you, he, she, and they, the endings are exactly the same. The only, and I mean only, difference is in the we and you all forms. That's it. So instead of cramming a dozen new endings into your brain, you just have to remember two tiny little changes. How awesome is that? Okay, so we can build the words. That's awesome. But now let's use them to actually say something and start sounding a little more natural when we speak. Now, here is a little secret that will make you sound so much more like a native speaker right away. See, in Spanish, that little ending on the verb, it already tells you who's doing the talking. So a lot of the time, native speakers just drop the subject pronoun altogether. So for instance, you could say, yo hablo español, but it sounds a little clunky. It's way more common and natural to just say, hablo español. That O ending does all the work for you. Same with trabajamos. The ending makes it obvious it's we. And with comen, you already know it's they. The verb is doing all the heavy lifting, so the pronoun can just take a break. Okay, theory time is over. You've seen the patterns, you've seen the rules. It's your turn. Let's do a couple of quick reps to make sure this really sticks. All right, first up, the verb is vivir, to live. So how would you say we live? Think back to that IR pattern for we. Yes, vivimos. You just take vivir, chop off the IR, and add that imos ending. Perfect. You're getting it. Okay, one more for good measure. This time the verb is estudiar, an AR verb. How would you say she studies? What's that ending for she? That's it. Estudia, you drop the AR, pop on the A for she, and you're done. See? The system works. You're already doing it. Okay, so let's wrap this up. What are the big things to remember? First, regular verbs aren't scary. They follow a super predictable pattern. Second, your main job is just to get comfortable with those 3 sets of endings for are, and ear. And third, to sound more natural, start dropping those subject pronouns like yo and tu when the meaning is clear. And that leads me to my final and maybe the most important point of all. You can't just learn this on paper. Spanish is meant to be spoken. So say these words out loud. Let your mouth get used to the sounds, the rhythm. That's how you turn this from just an idea in your head into a real skill you can use. So my question to you is, what verb are you going to go practice right now?